الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين ورضي الله عن الصحابة المفضلين أما بعد. The humility of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what I was told we are focusing on today. Humility. Such a vast topic. We could talk about the humility of the Prophet ﷺ before Allah, the way he prayed, the humility with which he prayed. We could talk about his humility towards the other prophets, many beautiful hadiths about this. We could talk about the humility with which he dealt with other people, Muslims and non-Muslims. But in the limited time I have, I want to focus on another dimension of the humility of the Prophet ﷺ, which is his humility in the face of reality. Humility in the face of the circumstances. For example, the Prophet ﷺ one day commented to Aisha that if it were not for the fact that your people have only recently come out of Jahiliyyah. People have only been Muslim for a short time. If it had not been for that, I would have liked to demolish the Kaaba and to rebuild it. Rebuild it the way it had been built by Ibrahim alayhi salam. But he realized that this might not come across well with people. They see him demolishing the Kaaba, they think it is a very big thing, a very big problem. So he had this humility in the sense of realizing the reality of the circumstances in which he lived and acting accordingly. This is one example. Another example. When he was about to start sending letters to the world leaders of his time, to the Caesar of the Byzantine emperor, to Kisra, the Khosrows of the Persians, and numerous others. People told him that these world leaders will not accept a letter if it does not have a seal, khatam. Now the Prophet ﷺ did not use seals before this. Right? The seal with official seal on a letter. This was not something the Arabs did, and this was definitely not something the Prophet ﷺ was using up to that time. And he could have said, well, who cares about what they do or not? I'm not going to change my ways for them. Right? They are kuffar, that is the attitude some people would have. Why should I change my ways for them? I will send them the letter I want, send them the letter the way I want. If they accept, they can accept. If they refuse it, that's their problem. But no, that was not his attitude. Again, part of humility that the Prophet ﷺ's life is teaching us is to be aware of the situation, the circumstances, the context in which you live. And to realize that sometimes you need to change the way you do certain things. So what did the Prophet ﷺ do? He acquired a seal. He got a ring made, right, with Muhammad Rasulullah inscribed on it, and he used this to seal the letters which he sent to these kings. And you can maybe look at one of these letters. The Prophet ﷺ, of course, sent letters to the Persian leader, to the Roman leader. I want to speak for a few minutes about the letter he sent to the Emperor of Persia, Kisra. He sent a letter, and the basic form of the letter sent to all these leaders was very similar. Min Muhammad Rasulillah ila Kisra Adhim Faris. From Muhammad, the Messenger of Allah, to the Kisra, the mighty one of the Persians. Just a point on the side here, we are talking about humility towards reality, towards your circumstances. But there's a nice example here, we cannot just pass it by, of the Prophet's own personal humility towards others. He didn't say from Muhammad, the mighty one of the Arabs, the mighty prophet of the Arabs. No, he simply said Muhammad Rasulullah, the messenger of Allah. That is all we need to know about me. I have a message from Allah. For the other person, non-Muslim king, Persian emperor, how would he describe him? The mighty one of the Persians. Similarly to the emperor of the Byzantines, he says, Ila Herakl, Adim al-Rum, to Heraclius, the mighty one of the Romans. And I'm reminded actually of one of our teachers, one of our shuyukh, Shaykh Soheil, one of the big scholars of India. He once gave me a gift, and the reason I'm mentioning this because the true ulama, the true scholars are warathatul anbiya. They are the heirs of the prophets. And when you find scholars of Islam who have the character of the Prophet ﷺ, you need to realize what you have found. So Shaykh Soheil once gave me a copy of his book, one of his books. I asked him to write something inside, and he wrote, إلى الأخ الأستاذ الشيخ سهيل إلى الأخ الأستاذ الشيخ سهيل من أخيه أحمد من أخيه سعيد. So he wrote all these fancy titles for me, which I don't really deserve. For himself, he is one of the greatest scholars in the world today. Shaykh al-Hind, he is called. He writes his name simply from your brother Ahmed, your brother Sa'id Ahmed. So then anyway, getting back to the letter of the Prophet ﷺ, he sent this letter saying from Muhammad, the messenger of Allah, to Kisra, the mighty one of the Persians. Peace be upon whoever follows the guidance. I invite you, basically that he invites him to accept Islam in order to, for his own benefit. But if you turn away, then you have the responsibility of the sins of your people, the people of Persia, the Zoroastrians and Muslims. And when the emperor received this letter, what was his response? This is again useful for us to look at, because as it is said in Arabic, that things are known through their opposites. So the Prophet ﷺ was the embodiment of humility. On the other hand, we see the emperor of Persia at that time is almost the exact opposite. He receives this letter and he is furious. He says, this person is my slave, my subject, he's my slave, Abdi. And he thinks he can write to me like this, and he tore up the letter. And he sent two men. He sent a message to his vassal, Baghdad in Yemen, was kind of his ruling on his behalf in Yemen. He sent a message to him that send two men to apprehend this guy who writes to me this way. In other words, he wanted two men to be sent to arrest the Prophet ﷺ and to bring him to the court of the emperor. So the letter reaches Baghdad, the emperor of Abyssinia, and he sends two men. They meet someone from Quraysh. Quraysh tells them that Muhammad is in Medina, and so these two men go to Medina. They convey to him the order of the emperor, the Persian emperor. The Prophet ﷺ says, all right, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. And it so happens that during that night, there is a revolution in Persia. The son of the emperor, Shirawayh, his son kills him and takes over the throne. And the Prophet ﷺ is informed by Allah about what has happened. So the next morning, he asks people to call these two messengers again. Bring them to me, they come to him. He says that yes, I have a response for you. Right? They were given the command that you need to bring this man and take him to the emperor. Prophet ﷺ gives them his response. So yes, another important point, the Prophet ﷺ was humble, but this does not mean he did not have dignity. It did not mean that he did not stand up for the truth. It did not mean that he would feel afraid to do what had to be done. So how did he respond to this very arrogant request from the Persian emperor? He tells now the two messengers from the Persian emperor that actually last night my Lord made it happen that he has killed your Lord. Your Lord has died. Right, and of course they are laughing. Are you serious? We're upset nowadays. Right. He's already upset with you and now you're saying something like this. But the Prophet ﷺ goes on that my Lord has made it happen, that your Lord has been killed, and if you want to take a message back to him, then basically tell him that Allah is going to destroy his kingdom. Allah is going to rip up his kingdom the way he ripped up mine. So they go back and they find that indeed it is true what happened. The Prophet ﷺ said that the emperor has been killed by his son Shaykh Soheil has become the leader, and he finds out about what his father had done, the message he sent about Muhammad ﷺ, and he tells him, alright, hold on, this is not an ordinary man, don't do anything further until you receive a command. And in the meantime, Badam, the representative of the Persian emperor in Yemen, he also has been very strongly affected. The two messengers first come back to him actually. And he is very impressed. He says, no, this man, Muhammad, is not a king. He is not an ordinary man. And he asks them, did he have bodyguards? They say, no, he had no bodyguards. Definitely not an ordinary person. Again, his humility. He didn't see himself as a king. Even when all of Arabia was now at his command, he lived a very simple life. He didn't live in a palace. And Badam, eventually this governor of the Persians in Yemen, he accepts Islam. So the humility of the Prophet ﷺ. Yes, he was humble to Allah, to other people, but this humility did not stop him from standing up for the truth and from conveying Allah's message without feeling ashamed. There's one final example. When the Prophet ﷺ was in Mecca, there were how many idols on the Kaaba? More than 300 idols. Was it right for those idols to be there? No, definitely not. Shirk is the biggest sin that there is. Did he try to break these idols while he was in Mecca? Never, not even once. Why? Again, because it is humility to reality. Humility in the face of reality. This is not the way things work. Eventually, years later, he broke those idols. But again, we need to look at what is happening to realize the way that the Prophet ﷺ operated, his methodology, his manhaj. So, for 13 years in Mecca, he was working in people's hearts, teaching people Iman, teaching them about Allah. And he continued doing this. Eventually, when he comes back to Mecca, for years now he has been working on people's hearts, chipping away gradually at the idols that are inside people's hearts. Now when he comes back to Mecca, there is no resistance. He doesn't need to wait for a Supreme Court verdict to smash the idols. People are ready for the idols to be broken. So this was the methodology of the Prophet ﷺ. Work on yourself first, work on your heart. try to be like the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his worship of Allah, in his humility, in his good character towards other people. Once there are enough of us doing this, the bigger changes will happen. We do not need to impose them from above. They will come organically. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq, give us understanding, the reality of our hearts and the reality of our situation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the shafa'ah of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, grant us his companionship in Jannah. Ameen. آخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
I'm going to go and check it.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh Soheil. So next we have a